What is going on, you guys? It is your boy Cyrus Obsidian here at Obsidian Games, here to bring you another episode of Local Diaries. So let us swing on in. So today is our last locals before our regional on the following day, Saturday, January 3rd. So we are prepping the deck that we committed to, saying that we will take to our regional and hopefully top with it, going top 4, and if not top 4, at least top 8. And that is DDD. I did mention last locals that we wanted to test out a DDD K9, but as I was testing it out, the deck was solid, nothing against it. But it just kind of felt betrayal of the rogue budget aspect of the channel that we have established here. And I know, like, I've broken that before, playing everything and anything. But we still wanted to stay true to that route of taking a rogue deck to our regional and topping with it. So we decided to go against the K9 engine and the K9 variant, and we are sticking with DDD and just hand trap. The most expensive card in it going to be our lovely Dominus Impulse. But since I have Impulse, since I've been playing Malice, we are going to just keep it and we're just going to roll with it because Impulse is just a good card overall, especially when you pair it with Imper. So that being said, we are sticking true to our DDD that we have played at our last locals. It did super well in 3 rounds. So we'll see what 4 rounds tonight will look like. I'm assuming it's going to be 4 because I'm assuming people will show up for the regional. It won't just be a dead man's regional, but we shall see. So yeah, we're going to see what this variant does. We decided to stick with the Super Poly engine with the 3 extra slots. As much as I wanted Typhon, I felt Super Poly was going to be a little bit better in diversity. Seeing what we'll play against, expecting, rogue options like Archmage, Testina to also be there. Maybe some Floodgate-like decks. So we'll see. Our side deck, I think, is going to be a little bit better prepared for it than it was last time. Our main deck also was increased from 41 to 43 to compensate for just a missing hand trap that I really wanted to play in the main deck. And I think even with that incremental change, it's not going to change the consistency of the deck as much because we are playing 15 starters, and you will see that as we go through the deck profile and show you my reasoning why. So without further ado, let's show the deck profile, and then we'll head out to locals to give this test one final test to see if DDD is going to mount to the challenge along with myself. All right, so again, I'm super excited to run this back. We decided to up the card count from last time. We were playing it at 41. We decided to up it to 43, but it shouldn't change much of the consistency as we are still playing 15 starters in 3 of Doom Queen Mocking X, 3 Savant Kepler, 3 copies of Dark Contract with the Gate, 1 copy of Dark Contract with Zero King, 3 copies of Dark Spirit's Mastery, 1 Nightmare Throne, and 1 1-for-1 for our starters for the deck, in total of 15. These are probably like the 15 best starters the deck can play. Everything else is more of an extension. So to move to the extension portion for the DDDs, we are playing 2 copies of Griffin with 1 copy of Scale Surveyor. It's the 3rd Griffin, but I like the versatility of it being a scale 9, just in case we open into the Oblivion King Abyss Ragnarok. To scale it off of the Gilgamesh, I think it's really critical having this. A lot of times we won't open it, we'll search it because most of the times we will see Griffin in our starting. So that's really great. The 1 copy of Savant Verticus, the 1 Necro, and the 1 Land Soldier to round out our DDD lineup, or DD lineup. These are just mandatory engine slots that you need to play for the deck, and so forth. Now the rest of it is non-engine, so we decided to go with the similar non-engine of 3 copies of Fubulos. We decided we wanted to put Perlias in the main, just in case we're seeing like decks that do normal summon a lot. 3 copies of Ash, 2 copies of Ghost Bell, 3 copies of Droll, 3 copies of Dominus Impulse, 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence, 1 Called By, and 1 Crossout. So we want these to be able to hit any of these. So that's really why they're in here, because just being able to establish our board is going to be really, really necessary. The Perulias and the Fulas are going to help us for when we do go second, losing die rolls. So that's what they're there for. Going to the side deck, we decided to play a little bit of a board breaker approach. We are playing 2 copies of Nib and 2 copies of Meows. We wanted to play all the Mulch armies just in case we're seeing decks that do recur from the graveyard a lot. So like Malice, for instance, Christian kind of does that. So yeah, that's what those are there for. Nib just being a board breaker itself too is also really good when you pair it with any other hand trap. And since we're playing around 18-ish, we will open Nib plus something else, which is really good. Opening any of the Molcharmies when going second is really good too. I wanted to play Retaliating Sea. I wanted that to be known, but Retaliating Sea conflicts with the deck a lot since there is no generic monster that we can make with Retaliating Sea in our deck, like an SP, an IP, a rank 4, so we decided to drop it entirely. And then the rest is board breaking, playing 1 copy of Duster and 1 copy of Talents to help us mitigate board breakers. Also 3 copies of Raigeki, 3 copies of Super Poly, because I think Super Poly is going to be really great, since for this regional I am definitely expecting a lot of branded Draco Tail, Lunalight, so being able to use Super Poly to break their boards is going to be good, alongside of Evenly Matched. Evenly Matched is just cracked, so being able to just force out their back row, force out things, I think it's going to be really good as a board breaker extension. So yeah, that is the side. Moving to the extra deck now. This has not changed. Our Super Poly targets are still being Muddragon, Garura, and Secretarian. Was definitely thinking of Lunalight when we were building this, and we wanted to play like Perfume Dancer just to be able to crack through Lunalight. But if they end on Liger Dancer, we are not breaking that board. I hate to say it. Liger Dancer is just super hard to beat. The only way we will beat it is with our big boss monster. But getting to that point will be a little bit rough. So speaking of our DVs, we are playing the Flame King and the quadruple D-Dimensional King Arc Crisis. This will be our out to Liger Dancer since they can't buff its attack, so being able to swing over it is going to be what we'll need. But in order to swing over it, we'll need to get all of the required materials in the grave or in our field, which if Lunalight lets us get into it, we will. So there's that for us. Yeah, because I mean this will solo as long as we're able to make it. It will solo the Lunalight board. And then we're playing the first King Clovis and the Cursed King Siegfried, just the classic synchros that the deck plays. Playing 1 Wise King Solomon, 1 Marksman King Tell, 1 Wave High King, and 2 King Deus Machinex. Classic staples. We're not playing Little Caesar because we're not playing any of the traps. I just think going first and second they are bad, and I'd rather see hand traps to just kind of facilitate breaking the board or preventing my opponent from establishing a board. And then Gilgamesh and Sky King's Use Ragnarok for our links. Really only need 1 copy of this. This thing is just great overall. It is definitely the push the deck needed alongside of the new cards. So yeah, like I said, not much has changed except for the card count being 43 rather than 41, which we were originally playing, and then the version before that being 40. So yeah, let's take DDD to its last locals before we play it in our regional for the following day.
Alright you guys, so here we are at Duke City Games. We are playing 4 rounds of Swiss before our regional tomorrow. And round 1 we play against Pure Yummy. So game 1, he drolls me after we search with the Dark Spirit Mastery. We play through the droll really well. We end with Ragnarok with the ability to banish to negate in hand. We end with Caesar, Siegfried, Imperm, and Ash in hand. Or was it droll? I know we had some form of hand trap. I thought it was Ash. So I mean, we were set. We were chilling. We go game 2, and it is a battle of attrition. We both brick on hand traps. I was able to go Copernicus, stall on Copernicus for so long. Get Kepler gets negated with an Imperm. We go Gilga gets negated with Super 18, and then we make big boy Machinex. And we just chill on Machinex for a long time. We had triple Imperm, Impulse, Droll, Ash, double Fua, and then we eventually Dark Contract with the gate, but we didn't have an open zone that I was willing to free up, so we ended up just like holding on Machinex, and we take it with Machinex. So I'll take it. like I said, we got 4 rounds tonight. So far, I'm liking the list. We did do some Draco Tail testing and
for our Yu-Gi-Oh players. Just over 26 minutes left in your round.
did some testing against Draco Tail early on, and man, that Super Poly was nice. Honestly, interesting tech. I love it. We're gonna keep it. We were able to take a 2-0 sweep on that because we were going to make him work for it, and we had enough to break through the board that he had established and just push through and take it. So pretty good. Excited to see what the rest of the rounds are. I've seen a lot of Yamimitsu. We got K9, Christian, Malice, Draco Tail, branded Draco Tail. So it'll be interesting to see what we go against tonight. But I think we're going to get some really good testing in. All right, so rounds 2 and 3, we play against branded Draco Tail back-to-back. Our round 2, we open up game. We win die roll, go first. We were able to establish full board through Droll and Lockbird. We had the doubles. We had Caesar, we had Siegfried, we had Ragnarok, we had Machine X. Sure, we had nothing in hand. Or no, we had a Perulia in hand. We had a card, and then 1 set, which was Dominance Impulse. And he scooped. Game 2. Game 2, we broke apart his board because we had full gas. We had Nightmare Throne, Dark Spirit, one of the Dark Contracts, Droll, and then we drew for turn Imperm. And so we Impermed Malulu in draw, and then we just full comboed, broke through his board, and just OTK'd for game. Round 3, Brandon Draco Tail again. We were doing some play testing with this guy beforehand, so we knew the deck, and we just finished playing Brandon Draco Tail. So game 1, we go first, we go full die, win die roll. He fools us off of the Dark Contract. We Droll, since we opened Droll on res when he drew, and so we were able to just combo through that. We still made full board again, and we were able to take game 1. Game 2, he went first. We sided in Super Poly, Raigeki, and Duster, just board breakers to break the board. We opened up the Raigekis, and we just Raigeki'd his board twice. Had the Impulse, we had the Nightmare Doctor Mastery, but he did stop us on the Dark Contract with the Gate. Dark Contract with the King, and then we just set the Impulse pass. And he didn't draw anything, so we were able to play on his turn, or he didn't draw anything, so we passed back to us, and then we were able to try full combo again, and we fooled, and we were able to take the win without using the Oblivion King, this Ragnarok, and the Scale to special summons to do half damage. So we played without that, and we were able to set up enough damage, and just in case he had the Nib, we had Ragnarok. We also had Dominus Impulse that we had used on his turn when he was trying to fuse with Malulu, or Fimena, I forget what he had. And we had an Ash too, so we were able to stop his set horn that he had, and we were just able to take it from there in game 2. So far undefeated. We have 1 round left. We're looking at playing against possibly Archmage K9 or Sulfa Yummy. So we'll see which matchup we're gonna get. I'm excited. I'm excited to play either or. I love this deck. I think 43 has been the sweet spot. We bricked round 1 in game 2 where we were just trading hand traps back and forth. That was okay. We ended up taking the win. And so if I can take that, we'll take it. All right, last and final round, we play against Malice. The matchup I was interested to see how that would go. Game 1, we lose die roll. He goes first. He's able to establish board. We could not break through. How was that game? Game 1, did I establish board? No, yeah. So game 1, we went first. We went die roll. We went first. Normal Kepler was negated. We passed turn. We had Fua, Droll, Ash, Bell, and we couldn't activate Fua since we had the Kepler on the field. And he just took it from there. Game 2, we full comboed this time. Made full board. He could not break through full board. We win game 3. Game 3, it was a battle of attrition, but he had the better. I threw so many hand traps at him, and just the Droll was the killer for me because I didn't have combo through Droll. So we take the L there, but we still take first place. So I mean, I'm super happy. I think this deck list is solid. I was really hoping I'd see Super Poly because we had Meows and Fua him. He stopped the Meows. We had Fua. We drew a second Fua, which sucked. We drew for turn, and then our next draw was going to be Super Poly. I was like, oh, the Super Poly would have came in because we could have Super Poly and script her away and just still played, but. It's whatever. It's whatever. We take it. We take what we get. That's it for this Local Diaries, everyone. So tomorrow is going to be our regional, and we're super excited to be playing that. and we're gonna see what happens. I think we definitely could take it. I think we could go all the way. We'll see what happens though. I'm loving this deck, DDD to the top, and 10 best deck. I'll pass it over to you.